Daily Tech Mike, and I have an article from FierceWireless.com regarding to what's been going on with the Dish Wireless and Las Vegas. So let's take a look at the article. Dish doesn't plan to ask for an extension to 5G network build. It says here, with just about 5 weeks to go, Dish Network might be looking to extend its deadline for covering 20% of the United States population with 5G. After all, it's also been dealing with the effects of COVID in the past 2 years. But Chairman and co-founder Charlie Ergen said, "There are no plans to do that. We're just going to get it done." He said, "We don't think we need to ask for an extension at this point," Ergen said in answer to an analyst question during the company's earnings call on Friday, which is today. "We want to keep our nose to the grindstone and do what we said we were going to do." Ergen said Dish was fortunate in that it ordered radios before the full impact of supply chain hit. Backhaul and power are different, but it's still not enough for a challenge, apparently, to lead to an extension. "We have a can-do attitude. This is a great project. We've been through it before. This isn't our first rodeo," Ergen said, nothing that analysts and others have been frustrated because Dish company executives aren't going to trade shows or conventions to talk about what they're doing, but every minute they're not out there doing that gives them more time to meet their build out deadline. That said, Dish will share more at its annual day. Let me repeat that. Dish said it will share more at its annualist day in Las Vegas on Tuesday. As part of the government's approval of the T-Mobile merger with Sprint, Dish was set up to become a fourth facility-based carrier in the United States. It acquired the Boost mobile prepaid business from Sprint separately. It also acquired Ting and Republic Wireless customers while it built a new 5G network. It's operating a retail business under MVNO agreement with T-Mobile and AT&T. That's where it reported losing about 343,000 subscribers in the first quarter of this year, more than the 161,000 that it lost in the year ago quarter. The company ended the quarter with 8.20 million retail wireless subscribers. ARPU was at 37.72. Churn was at 5.11%. Dish cites competition and the transition for customers off of CDMA as part of the problem. Ideal the customers on CDMA, which is being shut down by T-Mobile, would go right onto Dish Network, but it's not ready yet, so it's dealing with in between stage where they need to be served through MVNO deals. Dish blames part of that on T-Mobile shutting off the CDMA network sooner than Dish had expected. In a 10Q filing, Dish explained that T-Mobile and Dish earlier this year reached a proposal settlement and amended to their network service agreements, which among other things, settled out settled all open disputes, including CDMA matters and content favorable terms to us. But before Dish and T-Mobile could enter into a proposal settlement and amendment, they were required to obtain the approval of the DOJ, and they're still waiting for that. Ergen said they can expect the DOJ has some changes in mind when it comes to the amendment, or it would have been approved by now. The DOJ has been reviewing the amendment since February 22nd, 2022, and the delay is arbitrating problems for Dish. I know that Justice has a lot of things on their plate, and maybe this isn't the most important thing that they're looking at, but for us, obviously, it's a very important thing. Ergen said about the 20% commitment. Dish needs to offer data to 20% of the population of the United States by June 14th, according to Ergen. He said what it offers out of the gate isn't going to be as robust as they like for several reasons. The U.S. Department of Justice still needs to approve changes to its agreement with T-Mobile, and it has some roaming agreements that are in the amendment, agreements that are waiting for the DOJ's approval. In addition, it doesn't have Band 70 support in its phones yet, and we have high-priced phones, Ergen said. The Las Vegas launch, called Project Genesis, happened on this past Wednesday. It includes an offer of $30 and one handset. It says for Content Research 7 principal Jeff Moore called the Dish launch in Las Vegas this week a clown show for several reasons. It's 9 months late, he told Fierce on Thursday, which was yesterday. For another, there only one phone available, a Motorola model for $900, and there are no retail stores. Dish executives on Friday, which is today, described the Las Vegas launch as early learning, but also stopped short of revealing too much about their retail strategy to rival. Ergen said the main thing is to get the network up and operating, start putting water through the pipes, and see how it all works. We haven't done this before. It's new to our company, although most of our team has done it before. Ultimately, our ability to compete is going to be the quality of the network, he said, in adding that it's not just the quality of the network, but the architectural that materializes different than other companies' legacy networks that are operating today. Dish is building its on Open Radio Access Network, RAN, cloud native and virtualization principles. It's a modern network in a modern world, and we still have a lot of legacy in current networks. I am very impressed with how they work. Incumbents are to be commended for how well they work, he said, but their complaint expense and sluggish in terms of change. We're going to be different. It says here 12 gigahertz of fixed wireless access. Dish noted in its 10Q filing that it's directly invested about $20 billion in wireless spectrum licensing, made over $10 billion in controlling investment in certain, for a total of about $30 billion. Besides reaching 20% of the United States population by June 2022, it must reach 70% of the population by June 2023. Asked about using its spectrum for the fixed wireless access FWA, Ergen said they're watching closely what T-Mobile and Verizon are doing. Before the FCC is Dish requires to use the 12 gigahertz band for 5G, and which we think is an ideal frequency for that, and it could serve millions of customers with fixed wireless, particularly in rural America. We're hoping the FCC will make some ruling on that, he said. So let's recap this article. That Wave 7, Jeff Morrow called Dish's launch in Las Vegas this week a clown show for several reasons. It's 9 months late, and there's only one phone available, the Motorola Edge Plus 2022 for $900, and there's no retail stores. And the plan costs $30, and it's called Project Genesis. And it doesn't have right now currently Band 70 support in its phones yet. That's one of the bands that Dish is going to be using. They're still waiting on the agreement right now with the DOJ, because they have some agreements in the filing for the FCC and the DOJ regarding to the merger, the roaming agreements with T-Mobile, and they're on track, they're saying, so supposedly on track right now, but they're not going to ask for a deadline, because as of June 14th they need to be up and running 20% to hit the mark. Well, anyways, if you thought this was informative, or if you like this content or any of my content, please subscribe to my channel. If you're new to my channel, if you're a past viewer and haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Also, don't forget to like this video. Thank you. Peace out. Catch you on the next one.